We welcome you in live to West Creek High School for a 4A District 14 semifinal matchup between the Northwest Vikings and the West Creek Coyotes. My name is Braden Frost. I'm joined by Jerome Knight, and on the floor we'll have Braylon Ryan later on. Jerome, this is a great game. A lot of great things get going, but we all do have live action live on the floor right now, so we'll get straight into it. Jaquez Scott, he'll swing it over to Tobias Santiago. You're going to hear his name a lot. He was a West Creek graduate, 3 years here. That's a big steal by Kendall George underneath the basket.
I like that first defensive possession there by West Creek, making Northwest play very fast.
The man with the ball right now, that is number 5, Jamon Patterson. He'll pass it off to Kendall George. Now, Patterson played a major role in their last matchup with a victory 54-51, where West Creek was able to pull it off on top. He had 2 clutch threes to get him in momentum. As Camden Hines pulls a shot from the left-hand side, he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 to get his first free throws of the game.
I like that. I like that first possession there by West Creek. You mentioned Jamon Patterson. I like the name Camden Hines. He was also a big factor in that comeback game the other night.
Yeah, while we have the chance, we'll talk to starters for West Creek. So starting on the floor is Cameron Bowers, number 3, the small guard, as Camden hits his first free throw. The next man is going to be number 5. It's Jamon Patterson. Behind him is the man at the line, Camden Hines, number 12. It's going to be number 21, Tavito DiFrancesco, and number 22, Kendall George. Hines' second free throw is good, and he'll put the first 2 points on the board for West Creek. Now, Jaquez Scott, he is the star player for Northwest. He's averaging 20 a game, Jerome. But in their last matchup, he was only held to 13 points. And you see it right there. West Creek's defense being strong turnover-wise and winning the turnover battle. A look inside to Hines. Hines will pass outside to George. He'll wait around. He'll find Cameron Bowers. Cameron Bowers, another guy who was limited. He'll try and throw it to the top of the key, but he'll hit the back of the backboard, and that will go out of bounds. It'll be Northwest ball.
I don't really like that take there. I feel like you should slow it down just a tad bit more. Right now you got Northwest on their heels. 2 turnovers, first 2 possessions. Just slow it down and play your game.
And while we have the chance, let's introduce the Northwest starters. Number 1, Tobias Santiago. Number 2, Jaquez Scott. Number 3, Deshaun Peterson. Number 4, Travion Claiborne. And number 3, Tamarius Taylor. As Santiago in the corner, he'll go coast to coast, finds outside. Claiborne up, looking, got it to go. Number 4, Travion Claiborne will get his first 2 points of the ball game and ties it up.
I like that take there by Claiborne. Good floater, good little touch at the rim.
Patterson looking outside. He'll swing it over to Bowers. Bowers looks down low. He'll find Hines. Hines, a mid-range special. This will be stolen by Claiborne. Claiborne on the extra man. It's a 2-on-3 situation. Jaquez Scott up and in. A nice layup down the lane and a quick transition bucket for Scott.
I like that right there. That calls into converting those turnovers. I didn't like that take there by Hines. I feel like you could get something better, but,
Hines loves those one-on-one matchups right down there in the post near the block as Bowers will look to try and get it inside to George, who's really good. He's got a really good hop step. You got to watch that guy when he gets down there. He's going to make you work with every movement he can down there by the block. Bowers with the ball. He'll swing it over to Hines and Peterson. This is going to be a fun matchup to watch. They're both 6'4" and 6'5". Hines swings it out to Tavita. Tavita, long 3. It's off the mark. Santiago will get the rebound. They'll go quickly down to Peterson. Peterson had 3 straight threes in that second quarter that really lifted up Northwest in their second matchup, but obviously they weren't able to come out with it, so they need to get to him quickly and get the shooter going.
Yeah. You always want to get your shooters going good. Once you see one go in, it might be lights out.
Oh, he was definitely lights out, and let me tell you, the trash talk, it's going to be wild tonight. You're going to see these 2 teams get into it early. So Jaquez will be it outside, and you're looking at a 3-2 zone coming out for West Creek. This is something they ran late in the game against Northwest in the 4th quarter that allowed them to come back. He'll pass it inside, looking. Taylor couldn't find a way to the basket. He'll lose the dribble, and it's a turnover. It's going to be West Creek's ball.
I feel like Scott got it right there in the right position. The big man just couldn't capitalize on it. But that's definitely how you would want to break that zone, get it down low, and then let your big kick or go up.
Yeah, it's a great flash. They're going to be looking inside. You want to attack inside when you're in a 3-2 zone. So Bowers Good matchup outside against Claiborne. He'll drive inside, looking fouled. Could not get the bucket. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to go on Santiago. Santiago, last time in their matchup, almost fouled out. I believe he had 4 fouls. It was a rough game for him as he was being targeted. And this is kind of a homecoming from him. I mentioned it earlier. He was West Creek 3 years. That was him. And he switches to Northwest. And let me tell you, they do not appreciate that. So he's trying to look to come in here in his old high school and make something erupt. We'll see for Bowers. Bowers looking to get his first 2 points of the game. He will. Cameron Bowers, he's got 2. It's a 4-4 ball game. 4 minutes and 34 remain as Scott brings it down the court. Swings it over to Santiago. Quez, he's a nice lefty, swings it to Santiago. Santiago is a shooter, 3-pointer. He airballs though in the corner. First shot won't fall for him.
I feel like Santiago, he kind of rushed that, take your time. Even though the defender's closing out, you still got time to get it up, and get a better look.
Northwest shows an early man look on defense. Hines, he'll back it up to the semicircle. He'll work one-on-one with his man. Goes inside, spin move, off the layup, one hand and one. Cannot get it. He'll fall to the floor, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I like that. I like that take there behind. Like you mentioned earlier, Frost, he likes the one-on-one. That was a better look at it than earlier when he kind of dribbled into the double team. But right there, I like the spin out. And, he got it up. He just couldn't get it in.
Yeah, Camden Hines, one of their better solo guys. You mentioned earlier, he was the guy they went to after Patterson was able to get a couple threes down. He was the guy that led the end of the day comeback in that second game as he'll knock down his 3rd free throw. So 100% from free throw line so far. That's crucial when you come down to later games. I mean, we just watched a great game between Dixon County and Henry County where it came down to free throws.
Yeah, I was just going to say, man, those free throws are very crucial, late game possessions. Just like last game, they had a very close game, late game, and that may be the same outcome.
So right now, West Creek, they have no fouls. Northwest has 3. They'll pass inside to Patterson. Patterson, pull-up midi is good.
I like that shot right there by Patterson.
Good shot from Deshaun Peterson. They'll get him going early for 2. Cameron Bowers on the right wing. He's a shifty little guard. He'll pass outside to Patterson Jr. Jr. pulls up, can't get it to go. Pearson with the rebound, and he'll find Scott. Now Scott pushing pace. Goes down quickly, attacking inside. Nice hop step, would have been to the lane, but probably a smart foul there by Patterson Jr.
Yeah, probably, maybe Scott is not good at the line, but we'll see right here. I will say I like the way Scott pushed the pace. You could see, like here, you could.
I know you were looking for that replay there, Jerome, but yeah, I mean, Patterson pushing the pace, right, trying to get down line. And he is a pretty good free throw shooter. He's probably their best to send to the line. So for him to get down early and often is going to be huge for him to get going, as he'll knock down both free throws to put him at 4 points. Oh, he knocks down 1, excuse me. So he's down to 3 as a quick whistle is blown. Maybe going to adjust the clock here. As looks to be a sub coming in. That is Demarius Simons, number 4 for West Creek. He'll make a sub. Simons will pass back to Patterson. Swings it over to Hines, and now you see a change from Northwest's defense as they've kind of gone into a 1-2-2. West Creek doing a good job swinging the ball. Cameron from way downtown. He'll look, can't fire. Good rebound by Simon. Simon gets up. He can't get it to go, and rebounded by Santiago. And they'll continue to push pace down court. Santiago, long hospital pass picked off by Kendall George, and there'll be a foul on the backhand side.
I definitely think, first I want to speak on that last possession by Bowers. I feel like you just got to take a dribble into that 3 and not make it as deep. But I like the way I like the way on defense they made up for it. West Creek definitely made up for it. But Santiago, he just cannot look off that pass like that. You know, he just like very telegraphed.
Very telegraphed. So Bowers, he'll swing it over to Simons. Back to Bowers. Bowers loses it. And this is going to be an over-the-court violation, back to 4th. And so this will be Northwest ball. And just unlucky sometimes. Those are the ones you hate to have. I know Dixon County, they had a late double dribble in the game that they wanted back. And so these things will all count out eventually, but it is only 7-6 so far in this ball game. 2 minutes and 18 remain. Scott looking, gives it to Claiborne. Claiborne swings it back to Scott. Scott inside, he can get up. He gets up and in. Scott finds 2 underneath the rim, making it 9-6.
I like that take there by Scott. You know, in the corner, give him a little pump fake, then, you know, drive baseline and get up on that.
Scott getting a good start early. They'll go inside to Hines. He's kind of double teamed, looking down baseline. They're going to claim he stepped out of bounds, and Northwest ball.
Yeah, I feel like West Creek, they could slow it down just a tad bit. You know, we got to talk to Coach Hardaway pregame, and he said just the self-inflicting turnovers, the self-inflicting wounds, and that's right there. You can see it right there. You know, that's just not what you want.
So Northwest will bring in a couple of subs. Be number 0 for them, C.J. Middleton, and number 11, Dominic Wolfsey. Scott looks inside. Great find into Peterson. Peterson can't find it to go. He tries. He's got 2 man. Brings it out to C.J. C.J. 3. Cannot connect for the first 3 of the ballgame. Swings outside to Cameron. He'll push down the right-hand side. Goes all the way over to Simons. He almost got stolen there by Scott. Camden Hines, wide open shot, top of the key. Gets it to go. For Camden Hines.
I like that shot there by Hines. Like I said, West Creek moving the ball, slowing it down, and they get a good wide open shot when Northwest is bailing and trying to get the steals, as you can see right there on the replay.
Yeah, and he took advantage of the helping man as that ball is tipped out of bounds by Bowers. It's going to be Northwest ball. We'll see what D.D. Smith, the coach for Northwest, draws up here as he brings in his shooter back. Tobias. Scott looking at his options. Kind of a spread concept got going on for Northwest. Trying to attack this 3-2. Scott says he's going to pull from the left wing. He'll shoot. He'll fire away. Can't get it to go.
I like that shot there by Scott. I don't feel like it's a bad shot. It's something like, you know, he's been going, so you want to, like, your best player get some confidence, you know, and just to keep leading.
You want to get your best guy going in rhythm for sure, and when they're in that 3-2, they're not gonna, you know, go crazy on anything outside. They're waiting for you to make a move. As Bowers tries to look inside for Kendall, and that it's gonna be called on George. It's gonna be Northwest's ball.
Yeah, right there, he traveled, you know, just a little bit too antsy. And like I said, Coach Hardaway spoke on the self-inflicting wounds and the self-inflicting turnovers, and just 2 back-to-back possessions. You got that there.
Now, one thing to note is Northwest is going to need to be a little careful here. They're already at 14 fouls. When they hit that 5 margin, any fouls going West Creek's way is going to be at the free throw line. So Scott is going to take his time. He's going to save for this last shot. 12 seconds remain. Scott looking, top of the key. He'll drive inside, kicks outside to Wolski. Wolski, not known for his shooting ability, takes a 3. It's off the mark. Rebounded inside. The ball goes out of bounds. 0.5 seconds remain. So maybe not enough time for a full shot, but you're looking for something inside of an alley.
Yeah.
Peterson, the inbound man, looks for Scott inside, can't get him, no foul called, and that's where we'll end this first quarter of action. That score is going to be 9-9, tie ball game. Looking in here close. You see anything you like there to that first quarter?
I feel like both teams maybe are just like playing a little bit too antsy, playing with a kind of an adrenaline dump, you know, but maybe in the second quarter we'll get a little pickup. Both teams, you know, getting decent shots, but it's the turnovers, the constant turnovers back to back, you know. So maybe in the second quarter we'll see better.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good first quarter for both teams. Both teams are trying to get established. We have a great opportunity to take advantage of, talk about some things that we like. Here's some things to look forward to. So let's talk about this first. West Creek has the opportunity to go play on their home court. As we're actually looking at some replay video right now. There's Claiborne.
Yeah, he was definitely making an impact. Him and Scott, you know, they're both finishing well around the rim. Good touch right there. You know, good little turnaround. I feel like Scott is definitely going to be the player to watch, the man to watch, you know, and Camden Hines, good shot at the top of the key. Both teams are very great. you know, and they want to force feed their best players, which is Scott. You know, you could say Hines for West Creek. But I just feel like those two players are going to be the names of the night.
They will be the names of the night, right? And those guys have been the names all season long for these two guys. I mean, you know, Jaquez Scott, we talked about it earlier. He's their average. He's averaging 20 a game. He's got 4-point assists a game. He's got 3 steals a game. I mean, he's doing it all for this team. He carries a lot of the load on the back, and that's the same for Hines, right? He's their defensive guy. He's inside, and that's one thing I want to talk about is rebounding today. Last time these two teams played at Northwest, Northwest was able to out-rebound them by a fine margin. It didn't lead to their win, but it's definitely something you got to keep in mind of, as George will go up for an inside floater, can't get it to go. Santiago will push the pace. He'll find Scott. Scott looking inside. Hospital pass stolen away from George. Now Hines will look. He's got Scott on him. Finds Bowers. 2 former teammates. Hands it off to Patterson. Now Hines will work one-on-one with Scott. He'll drive inside, loses his dribble. Cameron Bowers picks it up. Great pass inside. George up and under, and a great finish by the rim.
I like that pass there by Bowers. You know, he's facilitating very well. Baseline drive, and he finds the open man right there in the middle. And, you know, he just gets a good little touch around the rim. He get a little jelly in there. I like that a lot.
Little jelly fam hashtag call out for the guys as Kendall George gets his first 2 buckets to go for this game. See what they go with. Santiago finds Peterson. Peterson hasn't taken a 3 yet. They'll find Scott. He's got Wolski. Wolski, he's not really known for their team. He's only averaging 3 a game. He's more of a defensive lockdown player as Peterson looks in fire, and there he goes. When he sees one, he starts seeing a lot more than that as he gets his first 3 to fall.
I love that shot there by Peterson. You know, you have Santiago in the corner. You get the pass fake. You get the defender to go, and you get it up and in. And if, like you said, he's the best shooter, so he wants to go going.
Now Camden Hines in the 2-3 look, takes the shot. He'll be off the mark. Rebounded by Santiago. He'll find back out to Peterson. And they're going to take their time. As Scott looking down left side. He'll swing it over to Middleton. Middleton back to Wolski. Long 3 from Peterson. Peterson, 2 in a row, looking a lot like it was on Monday, February 16th. If he can go 3 straight, we're looking at a tough ball game here for West Creek to start coming back.
Frosty, like you said, man, once that shooter sees one go through, he got it back to back. I think if he see one more,
There's not a team right now that's playing with more chip on their shoulder than Northwest. To have West Creek come in when they were defeated, they had just lost to Kenwood. The team is not even in the district tournament right now, and they lost to them to move them out of that 1 seed potential. They want this game, and there's a lot more reasons to talk about as well. As C.J. Middleton, he'll have the ball far right wing. He'll swing it over to Scott. Scott tries to make a hesitation move, spin move outside, kick it to Wolski. Back over to Peterson, back to Scott. Nice ball movement, swings it again to Peterson. He'll look for 3, can't get a good look, and they'll swing it back outside. And hey, good job by defense of West Creek, and a timeout taken by D.D. Smith.
I like that timeout by Coach D.D. Smith. You know, Peterson just got 2 back-to-back 3s, you know, and West Creek is definitely going to play heavy on him now. So I like that timeout there by Coach D.D. Smith. You know, maybe he wants to draw something out, you know, get a better look. But I will say, if I'm Northwest, we definitely want to keep giving Peterson the ball. Seeing 2 go in as a shooter, that's like one of the greatest things you can see. And if he gets one more, like I said, it may be a long night for West Creek.
Yeah, Peterson starting off hot is definitely how you want to get going. As we got a replay to look at.
As you can see here, Scott finds Peterson, hit Peterson ball fake 3 ball. Peterson back-to-back 3 balls like we've been mentioning. Peterson, man, he has been a key player in these past few games. The last time these 2 teams matched up, it was Monday, and then tonight.
I mean, how about that just key ball fake? I mean, in that first replay, right? I mean, just getting the guy moving, getting his feet going out the way to get an open look. That's the type of plays you need to get going in tonight. So Scott, he'll take the inbound. You'll see some off screens happen as they'll get it to Santiago at the top. Santiago still has nothing to show for so far. He'll hand it over to Scott. Now West Creek to be showing in a man look. Scott drives inside, takes the contact with it, gets his own rebound off the shot inside glass. He's got it to go. gives Scott his 8th point.
I love that hustle there by Scott, you know, to follow his shot. Even though he came up short, he followed it. You know, he got a little extra stat on the rebound and got it in.
They'll go inside to Camden Hines. Hines will find Patterson Jr. and finds it out there to Jace Mill. Jace Mill can't get his first 3 to go. Scott brings it down. He'll find back to Peterson. Peterson's got the red-hot hand. You can kind of see he was hesitant. He wanted to shoot it from deep. Not the type of shot you're looking for here early in the second. So now Scott will reset. They're going to take their time. West Creek showing man. And this is something that you're seeing a lot more with no shot clock right. They're going to take everything they can get. They're looking for quality possessions every single time because they were talking earlier about the turnovers. They already had a lot so far. They're not trying to do that when they're up by 6. As Santiago will take his first shot, he will be, or it's not his first shot, but he'll miss that one. Gets a good job on the hustle points, but that ball will go to West Creek now. Peterson inside. Junior can't get it to go off of Wolski. It's going to be West Creek ball.
I feel like West Creek kind of needs to slow down. You know, they're kind of playing very, very fast. You don't have to play a game of catch-up, you know? You could take your time with the possessions. Like you said, there's no shot clock. You could take your time with the possession. You're only down by 6, you know? You could get good quality shots.
That foul will go on to Sean Peterson. That will be his first foul as they were looking inside to Hines, trying to get him going. He loves working right there in their center sides, right there by those blocks. That's his favorite shot to go for. As they'll go right back to him inside. He's got Tobias. Some things to mention for you as Cameron Bowers pulls a long 3. He can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Wolski. We'll get to those mentions here in a second as that one is just kind of a miscue looking for Tobias there, thrown out by Scott. So a thing to mention for you here is last time Northwest was your district champion, that was in 2017. Last time West Creek was your district champion, 2024. 2 people on that squad I know for sure, Cameron Bowers and Camden Hines, as they have grown up together since they are the 2 senior leaders on this squad. And to make it even interesting for you, they didn't just win that district championship at any place. They won it at Northwest on their home floor. So if you don't think that Northwest wants to win one here at West Creek, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, man, that sounds like a good old rivalry.
So a little bit of controversy as that ball was tipped out of bounds. Refs getting together, discussing who's it going to be. It's going to be West Creek's ball. 3:05 remain. West Creek needs to put some points on the board. A look inside to George. George had a favorable matchup. He'll attack now. It's C.J. Middleton inside. Kicks it out to Simons. Simons will look inside back to George. George is double teamed inside by Scott, and a good hustle play, getting low and getting the steal. And now Scott pushing the pace quickly, running down. He'll go inside, looking. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to go try and get a head tap on somebody, as he'll be fouled and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I definitely thought he was trying to give us some highlights for sure, Scott. But I love the way Scott here, you know, he pushing the pace, you know. He definitely got fouls, a lot of contact. But, you know, Scott he's been good all night. I think he's like 1 for 2 from the line, but, you know, he I don't know, man. He's really, really good.
He's one of their best players for sure, Roman. He's doing a great job so far. I love when players are trying to initiate that contact. He's not wasting any time when he gets that ball. You've seen it. He just went all the way from one side of the West Creek logo all the way to the other, pushing pace, trying to get down line, trying to get those early fouls and get West Creek in foul trouble. So he'll step to the line. He'll make only 1 of those free throws, so adds him up to 9 on the night. Inside, George and a nice little Euro inside.
I like the way West Creek just capitalized off of just Northwest not getting back and not being ready to play defense.
Santiago, almost picked off there by Bowers. He tried to get in it. Santiago, a little floater from free throw, can't get it. Rebounded inside by DeFrancesco, picked away from Claiborne. Claiborne finds inside to Taylor. Taylor's got 4 there. He loses the ball and looking for a foul. Coach Hardaway was looking for a travel. Can't get neither, and Northwest will get that call.
I don't know, honestly. It kind of could have 50-50, but I feel like it was a lot of contact. So, you know, and it wasn't a lot of grab on the ball, so it couldn't have been a jump ball. So I feel like that's the right call to make.
The foul will go to the senior, the 6'3", center, Tavito DiFrancesco. He'll go down and take a seat. So we'll see how West Creek attacks this. They'll bring in back Mill. Outside to Scott. Scott one-on-one with Bowers. Pull up mid-range. Not a bad look at it, but a good rebound by Mill. He'll push it to Cameron. Cameron down the left-hand side now. Doesn't have numbers, but he'll find Jace. Jace swings to Hines, and Hines swings to Bowers. Now Bowers left-hand side. Good pass inside. Needs a kick out. Finds Simon. Simon for three. That one's long and far. Now Santiago, he'll push himself, bring it inside, looking for a foul, and a nice right-hand layup through contact.
I like that take there by Santiago. That was a very strong take. I feel like that could have been an N1 call, but he stayed strong, he stayed consistent, he got the lay.
And I love the fact that he attacks his leverage side. He knows he's got Cameron Bowers on his right hip. He decides to go toward the right. Could have probably finished that with his left. He is a left-handed guy, but none of the matter, he gets the two to fall. So pass out to Simon. Simon will retry that from three. First one didn't go, second one won't go either. Rebounding inside, can't get it, and a good poke out from Hines as this ball will go to Northwest.
The way West Creek is playing right now, it's like they're trying to play catch-up, and you really don't need to do that. Maybe work your way from the inside out. You know, you're having a slow night, score from the inside, see some buckets fall, see layups, see mid-ranges, then you work yourself out to the three, you know?
So Scott, this is going to be a fun matchup to watch for the rest of the night. Scott and Bowers. Scott turns inside. He's got the size, looking inside again. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. And one underneath the basket. Jaquez Scott, they call him Quez. Just give it to him. Anytime he'll go and get his own points.
That boy is down there hustling. Even though he's missing, he's getting his own second chance points, which is very, very, very important. He's just hustling. He's playing the ball that you like to see.
Jaquez has got 11. Won't get that one to go to make it 12 for him on the night, but it is 22 to 12, or 13, excuse me, your score. West Creek down by 9, needs to find something. They'll find it to Tavita. Tavita looking, can't find anybody. Crowd looking for an out-of-bounds call, won't get it. Swings it over to Hines on the right wing. Inside to George on the block. George one time, no, can't get it. But he's fouled inside, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
I kind of like that possession there by West Creek. You know, they didn't fall for the out-of-bounds call or fall for the antics outside of the courts, outside of the lines. But I like the way they get it down to George. You know, even though he didn't get the layup, like I said, you want to work your way from the inside out. And like you can see here, he definitely got fouled for sure. But like I said, you want to work yourself from the inside out, see free throws go in, see mid-ranges, see layups, and then you work yourself out to the three.
First free throw won't go for George, your second. Can't get that one to fall either. Now 40 seconds remain in the second quarter. Santiago will swing it out to Claiborne. Claiborne taking his time. Working on George, spinning inside, has room, tries to go to the basket. They'll call a foul on George. As he is in disbelief, he doesn't think that one's a call, but that one's going to get called every day.
I feel like Claiborne definitely could have maybe played it just a little bit better. I mean, 20 seconds left on the clock. There's no need to force anything. There's no need to rush the possession. No shot clock.
No shot clock, but they do got West Creek up to 14 fouls. Now Claiborne did have an open shot. He'll pass it up, though, to keep the time rolling. 17 seconds remain. Looks to be that Northwest is holding for that last shot. They are up by 9, so trying to get to a double-digit lead before half. Claiborne working. He'll shoot. He'll be blocked and rejected by George, but it's going to be out of bounds on him. Clock is just down to about 7 seconds left remaining. Scott has yet to touch the ball to go inside to Santiago, and there you go. Scott's going to get the last shot every time. Good pump fake inside. Had a great pass. Can he get it off? Yes! Claiborne inside gets the leverage, and he gets the two to drop. That makes it 24-13 to end that second quarter. And Jerome, Northwest has come out firing.
They definitely have. I like that possession there by Scott, you know, dumping it off to Claiborne and Claiborne getting a layup in right before the buzzer. I was definitely going to say you want to get the ball in your best player's hands, which is Scott. You know, he not going to only score, he can facilitate as well, and I love that. That was some good vision right there.
So I know our lady down there on the floor, Miss Braylon Ryan, looks to be grabbing right now head coach Matthew Hardaway, the head coach of the Coyotes, and I know he's going to have a lot of things to say about this first quarter as the Coyotes, they kind of came out a little bland, a little selfish on their part.
Yeah, I feel like the turnovers, and those are the main thing.
All right, so we're going to send it down to Miss Ryan with Coach Hardaway.
I'm here with West Creek's head coach, Coach Hardaway. What have you been liking about the team's performance so far?
The intensity is there. We just got to do the little things, got to box out, get rebounds, and just to talk and communicate on defense.
And you had a pretty strong start and then started losing the momentum towards the end. What kind of adjustments do you need to make to get that momentum steady for that second half?
Just being solid, talking on defense, a little bit more ball pressure, and just being more aggressive on offense.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Miss Ryan. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter and fourth quarter action here. You're watching the 931 Hoop Spotlight Game on Austin Peay Sports Network.
You want change. You want a community that supports you. You want the knowledge it takes to make a difference in this world. It's time to be more. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. The world you want to see starts with you. The life you want begins at Austin Peay State University. Learn more at apsu.edu.
From the start of an Austin Peay student's journey, they expect more. They expect to gain real-world experiences to set them apart. So we give it to them. We provide them with the knowledge to become sought-after artists. They realize their work elevates our world. They realize dreams become reality. So when our graduates look back, they'll see it all starts at Austin Peay.
I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Jackson, Tennessee.
Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
St. Louis, Missouri.
From Gaffney, South Carolina. Seattle, Washington.
Jeremy, Haiti.
I'm from Três Pontas, Brazil.
Chicago, Illinois.
Hawaii.
Phoenix, Arizona. Brazelton, Georgia.
From Modesto, California. I want to be a neonatal nurse.
An athletic trainer and accountant.
Playing the NFL.
Interior designer. Physical therapist.
Law enforcement officer.
Ultrasound technician. Social worker.
Physician. Politician.
Psychologist.
CPA.
A social worker.
Nurse practitioner.
Physical therapist.
Restaurant owner.
A politician. Starting my own business.
Veterinarian.
Elementary school teacher.
The NBA player.
Cardiovascular surgeon.
Anesthesiologist.
Businesswoman in Nashville.
Social worker in Miami, Florida.
Politician in Washington, D.C.
Colorado.
Orlando, Florida. Houston, Texas.
In Chattanooga.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Seattle, Washington.
Nashville, Tennessee. San Diego, California.
Nashville, Tennessee.
New York City, New York.
San Diego, California.
Atlanta, Georgia. Nashville.
Los Angeles, California.
New York, New York.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Orlando, Florida.
Los Angeles, California.
Baltimore, Maryland. Clarksville, Tennessee.
Carolina Beach, Carolina.
Philadelphia.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Clarksville, Tennessee.
From the start of an Austin Peay student's journey, they expect more. They expect to gain real-world experiences to set them apart. They expect to pull their knowledge out of the classroom and into the field. So we give it to them. We give them the opportunity to learn the latest farming methods with professional farm equipment. They need to see how to use what they learn. So when our graduates look back, they'll see it all starts at Austin Peay.
And you back in here to West Creek High School to continue this match between the Coyotes and the Northwest Vikings. And I know, Jerome, we got a couple of highlights to look at here at that first half of play. We'll see what we got going on.
And right here, you got Claiborne with the good little flow, good little touch around the rim. Then he finds Scott the next possession, and Scott has been great tonight. Then you got the turnaround there. You know, Northwest has been playing very great. You got Scott driving baseline, getting up and laying it up over the defender. But you had Hines, he answered back with the 3 at the top of the key. Then you got Cameron finding the big down low. But Peterson, he had a decent first half, you know, hitting 2 back-to-back threes, as you see right there. You know, all net swishes. But Scott has been great tonight, following himself off the second chance points.
Yeah, there's Kendall George, right?
Exactly, George has been great tonight as well for West Creek. And then Santiago with a tough finish. And then at the end of halftime with the buzzer, you know, Scott finding.
He was finding Claiborne on that
exactly,
inside look,
Claiborne,
right?
Yes,
and I think the key to mention here right now is Scott is playing at his best level. When Scott plays at his best level, the team around him plays at a high level, right? And Scott has done everything from getting rebounds, getting his own rebounds. Hasn't hit from deep yet, but what he's doing the best is, I think, pushing and transition. I think every time Northwest is getting this ball, they are going quickly. And this was something I wanted to hit on earlier. When I got the chance to go watch their game last Monday on February 16th, West Creek only brought in about 7 guys. They only had like a 7-man rotation coming in. Compared to Northwest, you've seen already, they've brought in Wolski, they've brought in C.J. Middleton. They'll throw in a little bit of Taylor. They'll throw in a mix of guys that they got that they trust to come off the bench. And I think Northwest is doing a lot better job of tiring out the starters, trying to get them down court, trying to get them moving as quickly as they can, and trying to get winning the transition offense.
Yes, because when you push that pace and you got to keep getting back and then keep trying to score, it gets tiring. You tire yourself out, and rotate just 6 or 7 players. That's just not going to work to win the game. And Northwest, they're firing on all cylinders. They're firing at all ends. Scott is playing amazing. Like you said, he's playing his best basketball. He's scoring. He's getting second chance points off his own rebounds, and he's facilitating very, very well. So, like, West Creek, they have to, with the turnovers, they have to do better, and they have to just try to slow down Northwest.
So I know the score on your screen says 24-14. It is actually 24-13. So a 9-point ball game. They're going for a highlight package off the rip as Scott was trying to throw it down from Peterson, but just a nice soft touch around the rim.
Yeah, that would have been crazy to start off coming out of half, but I definitely like the look, you know, he just to come out of halftime, you know, still pressing on that gas.
So that gives Scott his first double digit of the game, and Powers trying to get his motor running as he'll collect 2 to start off.
I like that by Bowers, you know, just to answer back and just to show Northwest that you're just not laying down, you're putting up a fight.
So the intensity is starting to get a little bit thicker as we continue on in the beginning of this third quarter. 2 rivals going at it in District 14. The only 2 Clarksville teams in the district, as Henry County and Dixon County obviously are not hometown Clarksville teams, and so that ball will go out of bounds by Bowers as he was trying to collect himself and bring him down the court.
I like that defense there by West Creek. I feel like Peterson could have shot the 3 or either just taking that one dribble pull up. He made it very difficult trying to drive into the paint, and that's why the outcome happened.
Yeah, when they're in this 2-3 zone right here, Rome, you know where they're weakest at. They're weakest at the wings. They're daring you to shoot this ball right now. And honestly, when you got a guy like Peterson, that's kind of a risky spot, as Santiago can shoot the ball as well. As he'll swing it over to Peterson. Peterson kind of had a look, swings it to Scott. That was kind of a interesting pass as he had Bowers all on his right hip. Now Santiago will work outside top, drives inside, has a look, and is rejected by George inside. Can't get it to go.
I like that take there by Santiago. I kind of think there was just a tad bit of contact, but I definitely like that take there. And it seemed like a lot of drill work right there, cone work.
Now Taylor inside, he'll find Peterson. Peterson loads up from 3. This one's gonna be way off though. Was looking for contact from the ref after the shot, won't get it. Gets down to Hines, he'll push the line, can't get it off the side of the glass. No good for him, and Claiborne will take this one the other way. Santiago, little hesitation move, nice spin move inside, and it's a great move on his former teammate, Kendall George.
I like that take there by Santiago. Good little spin. You know, that was very, very nice and very good touch off the window.
So Tobias getting his stuff going in the third quarter as that shot is way off the mark for George, and Scott now finds his way out of a double team. Gets it to Santiago to slow it down, and how about Patterson Jr. coming all the way out there trying to get something going, and I think a timeout was called there. I believe a timeout was called by Northwest. We'll see.
30-second timeout, Northwest.
Yep, exactly. 30-second timeout called by Northwest. So actually, Northwest does not have any more 30-second timeouts. They've used 2 so far.
But I feel like Coach D.D. Smith he's very smart. He has a great high IQ, and he's using his timeouts to a great advantage. You know, he's calling them because he wants to get better looks. He wants his team to just keep executing at the level that he wants and at a successful level. But Frost, that last play down there by West Creek, I don't think he was off by a mark. I think he got his shot blocked there by somebody.
He probably did. He probably did. It's a little hard to see from that far side of the court. So we'll see what Tobias can do as he is the inbounder. He'll look for Claiborne. Nobody's there. Running out of time. He'll throw it in. Claiborne does have it. Cameron Bowers was fighting for it. Can't get it inside to Taylor. Taylor's got size. Throws it off the glass. Can't get it to go. Ball's loose. Picked up by Claiborne. Outside to Peterson. Peterson down the baseline. Ooh, tries to go for a little no-look pass. Can't get it. Now Bowers pushing pace. Advancing. Taking the contact. Can't get the and one.
That was a great way to push the pace by West Creek, and a great way for Bowers to go up. It definitely looked like the ball was going to roll in for the N1 conversion. As you can see here, you know, he got it up, but that was definitely contact and definitely a foul right there. But I feel like Peterson, he could have, when he went in, he could have got that float and got that touch, but, you know, he tried to force something. You know, that's just not what you want.
I don't think it was a bad pass by Peterson there. I mean, it was a good baseline. He brung in the guys inside, and he did have Santiago crushing in the paint, but I think Santiago was a little too low out of his hands in the reach. And, hey, credits to Bowers right there and just taking the contact. I love that he went towards it, didn't shy away from it. So knocked down his free throws. Makes this a 17-28 ball game. As refs getting their subs in. So now Claiborne, and already kind of seeing a half-court press here. Wouldn't say full court. They're not all on the gas yet for them. Has a great hospital pass, and those are the passes you look for right there. When you're in that half-court press, you're looking for somebody to make a dumb pass that high in the air, and a great job by DeFrancesco to get his hands on that.
Yeah, I feel like in a situation like that, you shouldn't just throw lofty passes like that, and West Creek plays it well.
5 minutes remain as Claiborne tries to make a move behind the back, and he'll lose his dribble. Great defense by Camden Hines, and now Hines will bring the pace up himself. Bowers looking inside. He can score anywhere, and he gets it to go underneath. He's not the biggest guy. He only stands in at about 5'11", but he's got a great touch around the rim, as you've seen it a couple times. Now Claiborne working off the feet of Patterson. Patterson, good job on the save, and you'll live with those all day.
Yeah, even though that was kickball by Patterson, I feel like this is looking kind of similar to Monday night when, you know, West Creek came back and, you know, just started to work and started to chip away at that lead that Northwest had.
Well, it's been these nice defensive possessions from West Creek that's allowed them to kind of bring this ball game back a little bit. It is still only a 9-point ball game, but to get it inside of double digits is the key. So passes it into Santiago as he'll go back to work on Bowers. Bowers guarding him closely. Santiago loses his dribble, got on the floor, gets it back. 1-2 pass, and it's stolen away by Bowers. And another turnover for Northwest as Bowers pushes possession inside, hop step looking, can't go. Rebounded inside by George. George got 2 guys on him, throws it up, can't get it to go. Now, easy overhand pass to Santiago. Santiago, nice layup on the transition.
That's a great way for Santiago to stick with it and Scott to dump it off over the defender who could have easily tipped it and turned it back the right way.
Santiago's got 6 now. 30-19. Patterson. 30 feet out, he'll get it to Bowers. Bowers working inside. Some nice footwork inside, but you can see Northwest got all 4 guys down there. They're not letting anything go in from inside. Now, Bowers from outside the arc can't get it to fall. West Creek hasn't hit from beyond the arc yet. Still looking for somebody to get him going, as there'll be a foul called. It looks to be Patterson.
Yeah, I like the way, like we've been mentioning all night, Scott pushed the pace very well right there. You know, he was able to draw the foul.
So the second foul, on Kendall George. And looks to be a call against Northwest. Looks to be a push in the back. So that ball goes right back into the hands of West Creek.
And right there, that's a wasted possession by Northwest. Scott, he got called for the push-off, you know, he tried to draw one himself, but it ended up being called on him, you know, a reversal, if you would say.
And those are the type of calls you can't have. These are the punishing plays right there when you're able to take advantage, getting on these fouls, getting inbounds when you're already up by 11. So Hines will make a far pass out to Bowers on the whole left-hand side. He'll drive, nowhere to go, trying to find something inside. It's a rebound picked up by Tavita, and the Tavita DiFrancesco will get the offensive glass rebound.
That's a great way for Francesco to follow the play right there from the miss by Bowers.
Swing out to Middleton. Middleton's going to travel. Great call by the ref who was on that side and just unfortunately happened to be there to catch that.
And that, yes, like you said, Faust, that was a great call by the ref. You know, getting a little too antsy. And like I said, this is looking very similar to last Monday night when West Creek started to chip away at Northwest, and Northwest started making those critical mistakes that ended up costing them the game.
They're 1-1 in their series this season. Northwest was able to take it away from them at the home court advantage. Now Patterson for three, and it is starting to look a little similar to Monday night. It took Patterson to get them going, and Camden Hines to finish the job. We'll see if that continues as Claiborne makes a nice move. Patterson all over the ball. They're going to call a foul.
It's like deja vu, Frost. You ever just had a dream you just kept witnessing over and over and over, and this might be that nightmare for Northwest, you know, not being able to finish the game.
Well, when you've seen a team so many times, these guys all know each other very well. These two teams are very, very conversed, most senior, junior base, so they've seen each other for 3 to 4 years straight now. You're going to start to realize and you're going to start to pick up on patterns, and you're going to know where the ball is going to be at all times. As Scott is the guy that's going to have the ball. He'll take it in. He's going to get a charge foul called on Scott, and Tavita takes it inside.
Yeah, I like the way Tavita set up. You know, it was a very quick inbound, but he set up. He just knew that Scott was going to elevate above him. As you can see right here, he sets up right outside the restricted area, and he gets that call. You know, a lot of times you don't see refs call it. You see refs call it a block, but right there, Tavita, he gets it.
It's all about where those feet were set, and his feet got set. Great job by DiFrancesco. Now Bowers, he'll look inside. He takes it on two guys. Can't get it to fall. He's looking for anything he can right now inside to get going. Hard pressing defense. He'll get the ball, but he'll also get part of his hand as Claiborne will be the one fouled.
I feel like Bowers could have maybe drove and kicked it. You know, he had like around like 2 or 3 defenders around him. And, you know, he's very small. You know, a lot of times you're not going to get that call, which he probably was looking for there, but he just didn't get it.
So Claiborne outside in the left wing. He'll drive inside on the ramp, passes inside and nowhere to be found. He was looking for a back-cutting baseline C.J. Middleton, but he was not on the same page.
Yeah, it's just a miscommunication. You know, you got a player in Middleton, you know, he's coming off the bench, and he miscue and miscommunication.
And that's an attack. You'll see a lot out of that 2-3 zone as you've seen West Creek there. Good pump inside by Tavita. He'll be fouled by Peterson. And now Peterson will collect another foul for him. I believe that's brought him up to, we'll see, his third foul on the day. We'll take a look at that foul.
As you can see right here, I like that pump fake by Tavita. He definitely gets contact from both sides, the right and the left. And, you know, that's what you like to see in your big man, you know, being patient and, you know, playing off of 2 feet.
And this is where you got to be careful right here, Jerome. I'm going to mention a little thing that I know we used to do when I was in my basketball team. And we call it cat and mouse. And what we mean by that is, if you're Peterson right now, you know that's one of your best ball players. You got to be careful with him. Having him out on the defensive court in a big game like this, especially with West Creek starting to put some points together and getting a little drive, you can't play around with his fouls. He's already got 3, 2 more, and he's done from this ball game. So you're going to bring in a guy like Wolski right now, and you're going to let him play out there for possessions, but you're going to keep in mind that you're going to be switching in and out. It's going to be a lot of subs between those two. As how about a jump ball play from Cameron Bowers, and the crowd starting to get into it.
Yes, that home crowd, that home court advantage. It's like stadium pulse in NCAA. You know, the tide is turning, and Bowers plays great defense right there. He gets in front of the offensive player, and he gets that jump ball call.
Bowers picking it up on defense, something that West Creek has done very well so far, and kind of got to watch that from Simons there, trying to carry the ball a little bit. Good thing the ref wasn't looking towards that one as Bowers will work one-on-one with Santiago off the backhand screen. Gets around Scott, has a look, finds inside, looking for Mile. Mile goes up, misses inside, but a good steal. Tries to get it back. Nobody's there, wasn't paying attention, and a foul on Bowers.
I kind of don't agree with that call. I feel like he got a little quick hand in there, but I will say I like the way that I think it was George. He followed down there, but I feel like West Creek, they're playing pretty good right now, and they found a way to battle back.
Well, West Creek's definitely won this quarter as Tobias will go to the line to shoot 2. Now West Creek has put Northwest into the bonus, so every foul is going to hurt them. Tobias gets his first one to go. His second will be short on the front rim. Rebounded by DiFrancesco. Swings it down to Simons. Swings it out to Hines. Now you're just looking for a quality shot right now if you are West Creek. Time's running down, 43 seconds remain. Bowers working outside. He's got Claiborne on him. He'll take the left-hand side away. Bowers inside, pull-up, jumper, can't find it, won't go. Rebounded by Middleton. Pushed down the court by Scott, and now Scott and the Vikings will probably save for this last shot. Tobias swings it over to Claiborne. Claiborne has a favorable matchup here with DiFrancesco. Pump fake, pull up, step through, off the glass, no. Rebounded by DiFrancesco, pushed in the pace. 7 seconds remain. Hines inside, he'll draw the foul.
I like the way that Hines pushed the pace, but I also like the way that just West Creek, they are standing on all 10 on the defensive side. As you can see right here, Hines, he drives into Santiago, and Santiago tried to get a hand and poke it, but he couldn't. Hines had a good, strong hold on the ball, and he gets the foul.
Taking the contact with him, he'll draw another foul on Santiago as Hines will go to the line to shoot 2. His first one won't go. Not super in desperation mode yet. Obviously still have a whole quarter to go. But these free throws are going to start adding up here when you're looking at a 5-point deficit. You're going to want to get this to a 2-score, make it 4, and he will. Make that 27-31. Scott kind of gone cold here in the third quarter. Pull-up jumper from 3 won't go, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Jerome, we got a great game going down here in West Creek High School. Do not miss it, so stay right here with us. You're watching the 931 Hoop Spotlight game on Austin Peay Sports Network.
From the start of an Austin Peay student's journey, they expect more. We transform their learning environment with interdisciplinary virtual reality exercises. They expect to gain real-world experiences to set them apart. So we give it to them. Because they learn from experts in the field. They learn with state-of-the-art technology. So when our graduates look back, they'll see it all starts at Austin Peay.
Your unforgettable experience. Be a part of a community of champions. There's a place for you in our winning legacy. Feel the synergy of the Governor's pride. Create memories and victories that will last a lifetime. Your victory starts here.
Shout out to 931 Hoop. We don't want to miss them. Every Monday on Austin Peay Sports Network, they'll have game highlights and interviews from all the Clarksville, Montgomery School, Skinny County high schools, and the latest news on Austin Peay men's and women's basketball. So just a new thing that Austin Peay kind of got started around here, and allows you to just get all the coverage of what's going on here in Clarksville, Tennessee. So we got a great game here, Jerome. Talk to me a little bit about what you love that West Creek did right there in that third quarter specifically.
Man, West Creek, they came out of halftime just ready to play. It seemed like Coach Hardaway gave them that good, heartfelt speech. And like I said, it seems like Monday all over again.
So now Tobias Santiago drives inside, kicks it out to Dominic. Dominic back to C.J. Middleton. C.J. tries to get one going. That one will go off the side of the rim.
I like that shot there by Middleton, even though he's coming off the bench. That's a good look.
Cameron Bowers, he'll push inside. A man look from Northwest. Man is such a tough one to play because you got to have a good team to run man. A good team that runs man is a good team in general, and they're going to be able to win ball games. But if you struggle in man, you're giving up 3 points because man is the quickest thing that can fall apart. So Bowers works on the right-hand wing. He'll drive inside, finds a good man outside. Simons for three. Can he get the crowd into it? No, he can't. He'll miss a big rebound by Middleton. How about Tavita tried to get in there with his hands, can't get it to go. Now Santiago drives, loses it. It's down to Simon. Simon and Scott. Scott trailing. Are we going to see a block? No, he'll fake it. A nice layup from Simon.
I like that layup there by Simons. You know, he just missed a shot, but he's trusting in himself. Coach Hardaway is trusting in him. His team is trusting in him, and he gets that layup.
Simon's a guy that comes off the bench for West Creek, and he's making big moments here happen as a steal on Scott. Scott loses the ball. It's coming down to a two-score ball game. Powers, home court advantage starting to kick in. The crowd on the left-hand side of your screen, you can't see them, but they're standing up and making noise. Bowers works on his former teammate, Santiago. I know it'd be a stinger to get one on him. Swings it out to Mill. Mill, not a three-point shooter. He'll fire one. Rebounded by DiFrancesco. DiFrancesco goes up and gets fouled.
DiFrancesco, he's been working all night. He's been working on them boards, working on that glass. He's really the horse, I would say, for this team, you know, the hard worker, you know. As you can see right here, he goes up over two defenders and just getting it up over that hand, being inside that cookie jar.
I mean, the truth is, Jerome, at the first quarter, first half, Northwest was able to get those offensive rebounds. They were getting the defensive rebounds. They were everywhere, right? They were able to do that. West Creek has taken that mindset and times it by two. They are winning the offensive glass right now, and they are taking advantage on steals, turnovers. They're pushing possession. They're doing the right things to win this ball game. And all it takes is one free throw to tie this up, and they will. 31-31. We got a ball game here in West Creek. Scott, he'll signal. He'll put the U up. U up as in Miami. I would consider this to look a little bit like an isolation play. They've gone quiet. They haven't scored. Scott swings it out to Dominic. Dominic looks for Santiago, and look at the intensity by West Creek in this defense as a foul will be called on Simon, as they'll get Santiago on that one. Won't send him to the line. Two teams have their first foul of the fourth quarter.
I feel like that's not a bad foul, even though it wasn't purposely intentional. That's not a bad foul.
Inside, and a great look inside on Scott as he had camera on him. He has the sides advantage. He'll be patient down low, and a good job for Scott. Now Bowers working, nice crossover move inside, left-hand layup. He'll be fouled inside, trying to look for a little finesse off the glass.
I like the way Bowers is moving. You know, he really was the change in that third quarter, and he's shifting it over to the fourth quarter. As you can see right here, you know, he definitely gets fouled. It's contact there by Scott. But I like the way he's moving and grooving. He's moving at a great pace. He's speeding up and he's slowing down at the right time.
Yeah, Bowers has never been that three-point specialist guard. He is a slithery finisher around the rim, and he does that a lot by just accelerating to the hoop, as you see him do right there as he knocks down his free throws, because he knows he's a good free throw shooter. And if he's going to play to his strengths, that's what you got to do. So West Creek trying to tie the ball game up again, though, Will, 33-33. West Creek hasn't seen the lead since the first quarter. Scott brings it down himself. He'll go one-on-one with Bowers. Spin move to the right-hand side. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. He's got it.
Scott doing what he does best, him scoring by himself, and he's really just, you know, seeking out Bowers.
Do not let him take over the game, because when he is hot, the highlights start rolling. Now Hines. He'll look to go get his own. Peterson, taller guard, he's 6'5". He's kind of messing with his head a little bit right there. Maybe a little bit of contact. Simons drives in, can't get anything. Rebounded by George. George fouled going up to the shot, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Like you mentioned earlier, Frost, West Creek out hustling and wanting that. It's like that passion for the offensive rebound, that passion to want to chase it, and it's paying off for them.
They are the 3 seed, so they are considered the underdog in this situation. Yet they are at home trying to get that district championship home advantage, as that first free throw will not fall.
As you can see right here, George, he gets that rebound and he goes up strong, and definitely a foul once again.
One thing to keep in mind that we have yet to see any timeouts from West Creek, so I'll be kind of interested to see what they do down the line. Kind of saving it for these crucial moments right here late because they know it's going to be a close ball game. As Scott looking, had an extra man flying towards the ball. It was Bowers. Bowers got to match up again. I would looking straight for Taylor. Nope, and they'll switch off it. Jaquez finds inside, looking for Taylor that time, and can't get it. It was a great job by George. And now a hospital ball down the court, and Hines not able to bring it in.
I feel like right there, Bowers didn't need that. He could have slowed the pace down. You know, just had a turnover on Northwest end. I feel like that wasn't on Scott. Taylor, he definitely could have caught that, and then, you know, but, you know, mistakes happen.
35-34, they were trying to get a quick throw down the court, baseball throw type of play to get off. Jaquez, he'll go to work on Patterson. Patterson claims he got the ball, but ref right there to get that call. And Scott is going to pick up another team foul for him.
You know, sometimes those calls, you know, you can't really see, and you can't really judge the ref for those type of calls. And, you know, with the head, as you can see right here, ooh, this is a good angle. Yeah, he definitely got him, but also that head snap is kind of.
Dominic, not a guy who shoots from the three-point line, only averages 3 a game. He'll take a shot, he can't get it. Peterson, haven't heard of his name yet. Not able to get anything. Now, Santiago, all the way at the half-court line. He'll take it onto the left-hand wing. Spin move, looking outside to Peterson. Peterson step, pull up mid-range. It's off the mark.
That's actually a good shot there by Peterson. You know, he has great footwork, and that jab work was pretty good.
And a timeout called. We speak to it earlier. Hasn't called a timeout yet. There will be. They will call their first. West Creek. Take a second to see what timeout they called. Looks to be a 30-second, so they'll take their first 30-second.
I like that timeout call there by Coach Hardaway. I don't think Bowers was too fond of it, but
no, he wasn't.
Oh, okay, we got a little package right there. Patterson, big 3 in the third quarter. Then Simon's good layup right there, sealing off Scott. But Scott answering back, being patient right there, and gets the kiss off that glass. Then you have him right here once again on the free throw line right there, getting that good little midi. Scott is the answer for Northwest right now, but West Creek as a whole unit they're just playing great team basketball. Bowers is playing great defense. He's facilitating well. He's getting to the cup. Then you got George and DiFrancesco. They're being great on the glass. They're being great on the old boards, and they're working really, really hard.
I think Hardaway called that timeout because he's getting a setup play here. They want to score. They want to take that lead as they'll get it to Bowers. Bowers inside, looking, can't get it. Offensive rebound by George, and he'll go back up with it and gets it to go.
I just mentioned George working hard on that glass.
Now Scott, he'll take on a good advantage. He's got a size matchup here he likes. He'll pass it out to Santiago. Santiago hasn't fit from 3. That one way off the mark. You would think he'd be used to shooting around here coming from this school. Now it's a 3-on-1 situation. 3-man weave, look, and it's an easy pass to George, and George lays it up. And here comes West Creek. They've taken the lead, 38-35.
I like that find there by Tavita. You know, usually big men don't really pass, but he finds George there on the fast break and gets that easy layup.
Now Scott gonna slow down the pace. 3-minute mark has hit. We're running out of time here at West Creek. Tobias driving inside, looking off the rim, can't find it. Swings it out to Scott. Scott's gonna pull a 3. Off the mark. Now Bauer slowing the pace. Doesn't have to push, they have the lead. Up by 3. A man look for Northwest, drives inside. George taking his time, and they're gonna try and take every second off this clock they can. If you watch a lot of APSU-TV, if you tuned into the Kirkwood and Rossview game not too long ago, oh my goodness, and a hard foul on Cameron. I was trying to get to the fact that about wasting time, but Cameron wasted no time going inside. Draws a foul, and it's a shooting foul, so he's gonna go to the line.
Yeah, that was definitely a hard foul there by Peterson, and that's Peterson, I think that's his 4th foul. And I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of like a takedown in wrestling, you know. Yes, that was a pretty hard foul. But I love the way that Bowers is playing.
You're right, Jerome, that's his 4th. He's got to be careful now. When you got 2 minutes left, when your best 3-point shooters and you're down in the ball game, you're going to need them. As Cameron Bowers knocks down the first free throw.
As you can see right here, Bowers moving and grooving throughout the paint, and then, yes, Peterson grabs hold of his back, and he's dragged to the ground.
Second free throw is up. It's good. Gets the touch from the rim. 40-35. This ball game is flipped around in West Creek's favor here in the 4th, just like it did February 16th. Now Scott, he'll take it alone. He'll take it himself. It's a charge foul. And a charge foul caught on Scott again. That's his twice looking inside, and a great defensive effort from Cameron Bowers.
Man, Bowers has been working since the come out of halftime on defense and offense. He's stepped up into that role, and he's been playing very, very, very well. As you can see right here, you got Scott at the top of the key. Ooh, good slow down. And yes, even though he hits his back, he gets up with that energy, and the home crowd is loving it.
They're loving it, and I tell you who's not loving it right now, Coach CDE Smith. He is on the sideline. He is preaching to his guys. It is time to turn it up. You can see already they are in a full court press. It's probably going to be a man full court press. You're taking your best guys on your best guys. You're hoping for no mistakes right here. If one guy makes a mistake and it leads to points on the opposite end, that's trouble. So here we go. Inbounded for Camden Hines. He'll look for Simons. Simons has it. Doesn't look to be a full man press, not super urgency. They'll get across, and a timeout called by Hardaway. That's when having those late timeouts comes into play.
Yes, Hardaway, he did a great job with coaching all night. And, you know, with the timeout, he saved them. He maybe knew it would get to a moment like this. He told us pregame that he knew it would be a tough game, but he knew his guys would stay strong.
So I do believe that both teams have wasted their 30s. So they all three have 3 fulls. As you can see right there, Coach CDE Smith, he's telling his guys right now. What would you think he's be telling his guys, Jerome?
I think he's telling his guys, you know, just to maybe just play the way you did in the first half, you know, and stop turning the ball over, you know, get good shots. Don't force anything on offense, you know. Get to what's working. Scott has been working in the isolation game. Why not keep doing it?
I think one thing they got to tell him is be smart right here. You got a minute and 54, excuse me. You don't got to foul. Just get quality possession as Santiago gets all over Bowers and was looking for a jump ball. I don't think he's going to get it. I think they're going to call. Are they going to call foul on Tobias? West Creek calls a timeout. Okay, so West Creek calls a timeout. They'll lose another one. They're down to 2. I don't know where they'll take their first full. Interesting. That's a hot take.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really see because it was deep in that far corner there, but I will say that's a good, smart timeout by West Creek. You know, good IQ play, you know, heads-up play on
good
the
heads
swivel.
up by Coach Hardaway.
Exactly. But I will say, oh, okay, we can see it right here. Oh, okay, my fault. We got the good touch, good float, and then Claiborne finds Scott there, you know.
Running back some replays.
Yeah.
Right, but I think to hit on what you were saying, that was a great play there by Coach Hardaway, and that's just the key to have the rest of those timeouts. And you can hear the crowd. They don't love it. And crowd's starting to get into it here. It's getting rowdy.
Yeah,
cheerleaders going on the court.
It definitely is getting a little bit chirpy. You know, you got the cheerleaders hitting backflips, Northwest cheerleaders at that, and that home crowd of West Creek is just not enjoying it.
They're not enjoying anything that Northwest has going on. Northwest, like I said, was able to defeat them the first time around this season in this building. So West Creek trying to get that get back for their home crowd fans. 35-40, 1 minute and 50 remain. We got a great ball game here in District 14. And it's a bad pass by Tavita, picked off by Scott. Scott looking for some hang time, fouled inside.
That boy Scott has been working all night for Northwest on both ends of the floor. And right there, he gets the steal by with a careless pass by Tavita. And, you know, he just knew the handoff was coming, and he gets it on the other end.
Scott, very good free throw shooter, his first. Finds the mark, 36-40. And this is Scott's game. He's going to drive all day long right there. You see on the replay, takes the contact. Good left-hand finisher. His second free throw on the way. Won't go. Rebounded by Tavita. Tavita finds it. Now Simon runs into a triple team. It's picked away. Taken away by Northwest. Finds Wolski. Dominic, nice crossover move inside line. Driving inside pass. Almost picked away by George. The madness continues to go here, Jerome.
Yeah, that was crazy. I will say about Mr. Wolski there, it was a good crossover, but with the dump off, it was very telegraphed.
I think the refs are talking to someone. This is a crazy call right now. I hate to cut you off, but they're talking about whose ball it is. Crowd's getting into it. Refs deciding it is going to be West Creek's ball.
As you can see right there within the replay, I think it was a jump ball that was called, and the possession goes, well, it remains with West Creek at that.
Yeah, Northwest not happy with it at all, and Simon's got to be careful right there. Simon's ran into there was 4 guys on him at one point. At that point, you got to have somebody down there. You're taking that opportunity. I'm getting it down there as much as I can. I'm just throwing a hospital ball because I believe I got the man numbers. And we got some chirping going on the court. Peterson and George, they're getting into it. I told you it was going to get physical. This game's going to come down to the wire. This is it.
You did say that, Frost, and it's been very intense, very tensional, if I would say.
Patterson, the junior, dribbles it up himself. He's got Dominic on him. Switches over, finds George. George has a second man help. The help there by Northwest, and it's a great turnover and a timeout called by Dominic. And Coach D.D. Smith loves that from his team, and that is what you got to do. You can't settle. You can't live. When we were watching that Rossview and Kirkwood game, they were just living with the one-on-ones up top. You got to send an extra man. You got to create them to throw some type of pass that you can pick off, and it's a great job by Wilski, to get down low.
As you can see, Wilski right there, he's diving. That's what you would love as a coach and a player. You know, he's hustling. He's coming off the bench, but he is producing very well. He has been producing all game. As I would say, he hasn't been producing that much on the offensive end, but on that defensive end, he has been really, really working all night, guarding some of their best players. And right there with West Creek, I don't feel like George should have, tried to dribble. Just wait on your guard to come get the ball and reset the play. But right there, Wolski, he works hard for that steal.
You just seen on your screen, that was Coach Hardaway telling his guys, relax. We got to take care of the basketball. Cannot give it up like that. They need a huge defensive possession right here. Something to shut them down. Already looked to be coming out in a man. So Scott, he has it. 36-40. One-on-one with Bowers. This is the matchup he would probably want, but he's going to have help inside. Bowers, good defense, gets it off to Peterson. Peterson, left-hand side, gives it back to Dominic. Dominic swings to three ball from Peterson. Hits off the mark. Rebounded by Middleton. Inside Peterson. Peterson draws a foul.
That call there, and that was kind of iffy for sure, but I love the way that Northwest just stuck with that possession. They didn't give up once Peterson missed a three. They stuck with that possession. They stuck it out, and Peterson earned that, and he drawed the foul, and hopefully he gets at the line.
Patterson. I'm not for sure, but he might have just fouled out of this ball game. And he's one of their better three-point shooters.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, folks.
He looks to be done for the day. They put him down on the bench. Looked to be one of those deals, and so that's just kind of unfortunate for him, obviously fighting inside. And looking at that angle, a little different.
I was just going to have that same reaction, Frost. I don't know. I think he played very hands up. He played very honest defense right there.
Here we go. Two-score ball game. And a great job by West Creek. Gets the 1-2 punch, gets it over to the other end, and now just take care of the basketball. Swings it to Simon. Simon's the one to get fouled. You wanted to get that one to Bowers, but good job by, I believe, Claiborne to get to the guy.
Yes, that was a great way by West Creek just to not get over hostile within the situation of the game. Not turn it over, not play too fast, but play good enough to get the ball up the court, then to get it and reset again.
And that's a great job by DeFrancesco, the inbounder. As soon as he inbounded, he was right to the free throw line, to the flash, right? Boom, hit him so he can separate the guys in the middle. Now, Here's the complicated thing. You got to have these free throws. They can mean a lot. Simon's first one, he's got it.
Folks, sometimes players may not be great three-point shooters, but if you can get it at that line, that is all that matters.
That is what a coach will preach to you the most, is free throws, free throws, free throws. These are the determining factors of the game. He can make it a 2-score ball game right here. The junior, Simons, looking to add on to this lead. Free throw's up, free throw is good. 4-point ball game, 35 seconds remain. Scott knows he's got only one timeout remaining. Works inside, that's an easy right hand up, and one!
I love that take there by Scott. He has been finding it all night in the isolation. He's right there on that right wing, and he goes to work. That's drill work right there, what you do when you training in the lab. And one. You got it right here. All night he been working on Bowers, and he gets George with the help, and George makes contact, he get the N1.
And Jace Mill will have to come in for George. You got to be careful with George now. Maybe he's got 4 fouls. It's just, it's hard when it comes down to these late games. Both teams in the bonus now. Every foul is going to go to the line. You got to be smart to make it a 3-point play. Scott loves these moments. Free throw is up and good. Got to be smart here on the inbound. Looking for a man. He's got Simons. Simons double teamed off the go. Looking, inside pass is picked off by Scott. And did Northwest retain? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They'll call it off the hands. I'm probably going to say they're going to call that one off of, looks to be Scott, because I think he was down there by the line. But, oh, my goodness, heart's pounding.
You know, this game is getting very, very crazy. I feel like Simon shouldn't have taken that dribble right there. You know, just wait it out.
So there you go. Nice 1-2 pass between Hines and Cameron Bowers. So send Hines to the line. 18.5 remain. And Hines, pretty solid free throw shooter, the guy who put the game away at Northwest, has a chance to add on to this lead.
You know, it would be crazy if he does it again.
It only makes it a 3-score ball game. That's the greatness of having that and one there by Scott on the baseline. So needs both of these really to give himself a close margin. First one for him will go. Crowd's getting into it. Man, what a better place to be right here than West Creek High School tonight, am I right?
Man.
2 great games.
Yes.
If you're not tuned into APSU-TV, you need to be, as Hines, second free throw on the way. It's good. 41-44. You got a game. 15 seconds remain. They do have a timeout. 10 not to use it. Pass it to Wolski. Wolski inside. They can't get it. CJ Middleton, or excuse me, Claiborne, Travion Claiborne gets the 2 points. They're blow of the whistle. It's 43-44. I don't know what happened. Refs are signaling. Looks to be a timeout called. That's what they're going to call. So 8.7 is going to be fixed on the clock. Northwest just took their timeout. I believe that should be their final timeout.
Yeah, and you got it right here. That's a great follow by Claiborne, you know. That's a great way to get his name back in the books tonight, you know, with a great follow and a great putback there.
Just key on the offensive glass. And how about Dominic Wolski? I mean, we said he's not the offensive guy. He had a great pump fake there in the corner, and he takes his numbers. He just says, I'm going for it. Couldn't get it. Great job there by Travion Claiborne.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you that player come off the bench, when you're that young player, you know, you want to make a name for yourself. I feel like Wolski definitely could have shot that corner 3, especially with him being a lefty. You know, lefty got a thing for
But
shooting.
he hasn't made a 3 yet tonight. He's 0 for, I don't know how many shots he's taken so far, but I know he has not had a 3 so far tonight. So maybe smart move by him right inside. I don't know if he was the guy you wanted to take that shot with, but at the end of the day, you'll live with it. 1 point ball game. West Creek needs to get this ball inbounded. If you're Northwest, if they get it to a guy, you got to foul. You can live with a foul here. Looking, they'll look deep first. Great defensive play. Good job using the baseline to their coverage, and Bowers has got the ball, and that's not the guy you want, but a great job by West Creek.
Yeah, it's a great job by West Creek, Northwest to foul, but West Creek getting it to their point guard, getting it to their guy, the guy who changed the tide of the game. He changed the trajectory of the game. Mr. Cameron Bowers, he's going to the line.
And that's a heads-up play by Simons. I want to give him credit there on the baseline. You know, you got to remember, you can move anywhere you want to on that baseline. So to move that Northwest, I'm not sure if it was Claiborne or who it was on the inbound right there, to move him left and the shift back right. Great job. Bowers, first free throw. He's got it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Frost. But I do like what you mentioned there by Simons. You know, he didn't get caught up in the moment being too big.
So Bowers, his second free throw, one of the best free throw shooters West Creek has had. It's 43-46, and here you go, a timeout called. All right, so they'll say it was Northwest. Okay, so all right, so Northwest is taking this timeout. That tells me that's got to be their last timeout. It had to be, it was either that one or the one before that. So they'll take their last timeout. I believe West Creek still has a timeout in their pockets to use just in case. But this is it. They're going to have to find some way to get down the court. I'm surprised they took it that early. I'm surprised they didn't try and get it across the court to get a shot, get a set play going.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. But, you know, maybe West Creek would have came out in that press, you know. I will say, Coach D.D. Smith, great coach, great IQ. Hopefully he draws something up well here.
And that's smart. I agree with you right there, right? You want to have the best play you can get right there where you can get it. You want to make sure you at least get the ball inbounds and you have a plan. You have a note. Your guy with the ball knows where he needs to go with this. So here we go. We might be looking at the possible last play of the game. And you know what's not even a bad idea here, Jerome? I just thought about this. If West Creek fouls, they can only take 2. That's not a terrible idea. We'll see if maybe Coach Hardaway told him to do so. Looking at a football play here as they'll draw it up. Gets it to Scott. Scott brings it down the court. He wants the last shot. Gets it to Middleton. He'll swing to Wolski. Wolski doesn't make the threes.
Oh, my God. What is happening?
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me, Wolski? Hasn't had a 3 all game, Jerome.
Hasn't had a 3 all game. They find Wolski. He gets a 3 at the top of the key. This is pandemonium. Here he goes. Wolski, he gets it off before the buzzer 3 ball.
I think I lost my breath. What a freaking game. We've got overtime here at West Creek. 2 overtime games on the day. You can't make it any better than this. This is Clarksville 931 Hoop. This is where you get the action. I mean, the guy hasn't made a 3 all game, Jerome, and that's the guy that takes the last hand shot at the top of the key. You've got to be kidding me, man.
This is like once in a lifetime. Like this is peak life, folks.
Peak indeed. Now, hold on. Let's continue with the game. We got another replay of this. Look at this. Just let it fly, young man. He got it. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable stuff here.
I will say for Coach D.D. Smith to keep believing in Wolski, bringing him off the bench, letting him play over Peterson, who is a great shooter, who had 2 great threes in the beginning of the game, to trust in Wolski like that. You know, that may not even have been the play that he drew up, but it worked out in their favor.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Northwest is going to have the momentum going into overtime. To speak a little bit about the overtime rules, you got 4 minutes. That is it. It's 4 minutes of straight beatdown. And in the last game we just seen, it was a one-sided overtime, if you ask me. Henry County, the #1 seed in this district, was able to take advantage over Dixon County in a long, hard-fought game. Will it be the same here in West Creek? I know you're excited, Jerome. I know I'm excited. I mean, I look around this place. This place is electric. You got Northwest chants going on. You got West Creek chants going on. You can't ask for a better atmosphere on a nice Friday night here at West Creek High School. So here we go. Hines and Scott, the guys to jump off. The tip ball is up. It is won by Northwest. So keep the pendulum on their side as Tobias Santiago gets it and hands it off to Claiborne. We'll go to work. Hands it off to Santiago. Santiago on the far left side. Dominic, who just came off that electric 3, swings it back to him, and now it's in the hands of Jaquez Scott. One-on-one with Bowers. Outside, working. Far left-hand swing. Tobias tries to get a nice move. Swings it back to Scott. And a good defensive possession so far from West Creek. And a travel. Travel by Jaquez Scott. Something he doesn't do very often.
You know, that's not something you see from your key player, your star player. But it seemed like he was just moving too fast for his own good, moving too fast for his own liking. and, just a costly turnover and a costly mistake.
And that's going to happen in these high stakes games. You're gonna forget to do something sometimes, and it's going to be key to just play your brand of basketball as Bowers tries to force something that's not there. Great defensive effort by Northwest. They're in a 2-3 zone. They're daring him to come inside. Bowers does. He'll go. Oh, my goodness. What a layup.
That was nice by Bowers. He gets it in. He gets a little finesse. And once again, he shouts out Jellyfam.
How about another shout out? They're going back and forth.
This game is getting out of hand. You got Mr. Scott answering back on the opposite end for the N1, for the count. As you can see right here, he takes it in. George tries to take that charge. He doesn't get set in time, and he gets the N1.
Scott says what you can do, I can do better. Can't convert on the three-point play. He'll put a three of his own. He's hot. He's hot. A three-pointer from Jaquez Scott. Make it a 5-point play from him as now West Creek looks to respond. They're down by 3.
That's a great way for Scott to respond. He hasn't gotten a 3 all night, but he gets it right there, and he pays off.
It just seems to be one of those nights. So West Creek will take their timeout. 2 minutes and 32 seconds remain. It feels so hard to take it to a break. We'll keep it right here, though, with us. Jerome, it has been ups and downs for both teams. But right now, West Creek needs to weather the storm that Northwest is bringing. How do they do that?
Well, they just need to just play their game, do what worked very, very well in the third quarter and worked fairly decent in the fourth quarter. Just play their game, slow the game down. As you can see right here, that was a great take there by Bowers. And then for Scott to answer on the other end with a good Euro and lay. And then right after a 3-ball, all net straight bottoms.
Wow. I mean, these two guys, the two highlight players of the game for sure. Cameron Bowers on one end, Jaquez Scott on the other. It's going to be so close. I feel like I would love to get an interview of, how about Dominic for just the overtime shot? What's going in on his head? But if there's a guy that's going to take over right now, you're right. It's Scott. That's the guy that's getting it going. And to make a 3, the only 3 you've hit in the game, and it's right here in overtime, could you ask for anything better?
You could not. This is like I said earlier, this is once in a lifetime moment. This is peak life.
So we'll see how West Creek draws it up. Bowers was getting into Claiborne, trying to use a little bit of that body to get open. He will. So pass it over to Simons. Simons had those nice clutch free throws earlier. Hasn't shot too well from the three-point line. Not really anybody from West Creek has shot too well from the three-point line. As the ball is tipped, it's tipped away. A transition look. Here comes Claiborne. No!
That is not what you want there in that moment.
Oh, my goodness, you do not do that. You don't do that either. Tavita looks down the court. It's a baseball throw for Cameron Bowers, and that is going to come back to haunt Claiborne. He's looking for the highlight play. Just take the layup, young man.
Yes, he definitely just needed to take the layup. You get hung up like that. As you can see right here, he gets hung. That's not what you want in this situation.
Now Hines, he'll go one-on-one with Scott. Good matchup for Hines. He's got the size on him, backs it back out. Swings it over to Simons. Clock is down to 1:50. Plenty of time here remains. 3-point ball game. A timeout called, and I think this is going to be called for timeout called by West Creek. They'll take their one full. I think they have one full and 1:30 in overtime, so they'll use both of their timeouts here, so nothing left for West Creek. I say that, then they'll come back with another timeout. But anyway, Coach Hardaway getting his guys. They know they need a crucial bucket here. You don't need a 3. At the end of the day, you don't.
You're right. You don't need a 3. You don't need to force anything that you just don't need, that doesn't look good. As you can see right here, like I said, that is not what you need in this situation. And as they couldn't see it on the broadcast, but we could see it. Coach D.D. Smith was very animated, and he just got onto Claiborne there.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, listen, if you got it in your bag, it's not a bad thing to do, but I know Scott for sure is one of those guys that can get up there and throw it down. It's just one of those deals, man. You got to break away. You don't need to be flashy like that. If you were up maybe 8, 10 points, okay, cool. But when you're in a one-score ball game, you need every point you can get. How about Simon's heads-up play there? Just throws it off the back of Dominic. Smart play by him. They'll get it to Bowers. that can sometimes kill. He'll look for a kind of ISO play as they'll swing Mill on the other side, and Bowers inside looking foul. He got it!
And he gets an and one of his own. Bowers, ooh, and he in the crowd with it. He has been West Creek's guy the whole night since coming out of halftime. As you can see right here, he takes it and he gets it over Scott. He's seen the isolation with Wolski, and it just seemed like it was just too easy for him.
He got it. Cameron Bowers connects and makes it a three-point play. We're tied in West Creek High School. Just keep going back and forth. These two teams just do not find a way to quit. Now Claiborne working on Simons. He'll find it out to Santiago. Santiago has a lane, driving inside, has a nice floater. He'll pick one off.
I like that floater there. It was a good touch, you know, just to get into the defense, the heart of the defense, and float it over the top of the defense.
Cameron yelling at his guys, telling them to move out the way. He's got a plan. He's hot. He's directioning. He's running the point, telling guys where he wants them to go. Drives inside, kicks out to Mill. Mill, a senior, hasn't had the greatest of games. Kicks it back out to Bowers. Bowers cross inside, spin move, looking inside to Vita. Vita has an easy layup, missed it. Missed it off the left-hand side. No need to foul, running out of time. 37 seconds remain. Probably gonna wanna be smart here. Looking, foul, Scott goes up. Oh my goodness, it's called on Northwest.
I don't think that was a travel. I think that was very, very clean. He just went over the defender. It was a 1-2, but you know, old school ref, old school call.
Remember, no time left. Simons, three, foul, he's fouled outside. Oh my goodness, he is fouled outside. The one thing you cannot do is foul somebody outside the three-point line in shooting motion.
But the thing is, Frost, Simon has not made a three all night.
He hasn't.
No need for a hard contest. As you can see right here, yeah, he kind of flopped, but
it's a great sell though. You got to do that in these situations.
You're right.
You got to be smart.
You're right. If you close in that landing space, why not?
So Simons had some nice free throws earlier. Has had a good day from the line. 3 clutch free throws on the way. First free throw for Simon. Got it. Got it. One away from tying. If you get the tie, a little bit of pressure off your shoulders. That next free throw becomes a little bit easier to shoot, right? I know the weight of the world right now is on him because he's thinking about, man, if this one doesn't fall, I got to really make this next one. So big free throw coming here, and this crowd has just gone absolutely silent as the refs take a second. Counting it up, 2 shots, they're giving him 2. A great camera view of Simons over his shoulder, kind of a bird look, as he'll take his second free throw. It's up. Oh, and it's off. Around the rim, he's gonna need the second one to fall. He's feeling no pressure here. It's starting to get tough. Only a junior. He stands in at 6'1" point guard. It's his 3rd year with the team. Taking his time at the line. Big free throw on the way. Got it. Got it. He answers. And now here we go. It's the Jaquez Scott show. Can he win it for his team? Remember, D.D. Smith has timeouts. We'll see if they intend to call one. They'll give it to Claiborne. Claiborne kicks outside to Dominic, and yes, he will. He'll take a timeout.
I like that. I like that timeout there by Coach D.D. Smith. I feel like that was in the place of a wrong way, I would say. I feel like that was going very downhill very quickly.
Yeah, you just want to – I love that timeout by Coach Smith. Get your guys set, draw up a play on the inbound, make sure this inbound goes correctly. And, hey, maybe inside – you don't need anything. You don't need a 3. You're looking inside. If I am Coach Smith right now, I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing. I'm finding a way to get this to Jaquez, get this to Scott, and I'm telling Scott either off the inbound, kind of how he attacks it, I want him to drive because you got 5 fouls. You're just trying to get a foul here, get to the line.
Yeah, and like you said, let him attack. He's been working all night. This is his show. This is his team. He's the guy. He's the man. And why not do what has been working all night? You know the saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. So we'll see how Coach D.D. Smith, trying to build a legacy here at Northwest, haven't found the title game and have won it since 2017. Can they bring the streak to an end? It starts here in the semifinals. Inbound play, here we go. They got a box spread concept. They get it into Santiago, and here it is. It's Scott. Scott inside. Oh my goodness. Travel called again. That's his third. That is his third. Another travel called on Scott, and I think this one is true.
I was just about to say that that was the truest call of the night. Bowers, once again, he stepped up to the plate. He stepped up to the call. They called his bluff, and he answered.
Here we go, and a mismatch play. It's a broken play. Bowers inside, looking, trying to win the game by himself. Can't get it. Wilson rolling around. He's running out of time. Seconds, and here we go. We're going to the second overtime. Run it back. We're going again. Second overtime of the night. It can't get any more wilder than this on 931 Hoop, APSU-TV. Can you believe it, Jerome?
I cannot believe it. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the greatest game I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some good games, folks.
They're battling. They're battling hard. They're battling so hard, you start to run out of things to say. What do you say at this point? But, I mean, these two teams just never find a quit button. I love the fact that Cameron Bowers took that by himself. He's trying to win it. You know, he's been the hot hand. He's going for it, and unfortunately just didn't fall for him inside. But, I mean, it's just one of these games.
You're right, folks. True to what you say, Bowers, he got a great take, a great look at the rim. The only thing is he just didn't get that touch up enough. As you can see right here, Bowers, he gets the jelly. Scott, he comes back on the other end, one. And then right after that, he answers with a three, drains it. Then Bowers, he finds the mismatch. He gets an N1, and that kind of looks similar to the play he just missed. Then Santiago, he gets to the heart of the defense. He floats it over the top. You know, I will say, like I just mentioned, Bowers, he got to where he wanted. He got to the spot that's been working all night. He's been killing it all night. He just couldn't get that touch, that last little piece of touch on it.
It's been back and forth all game long. I'm going to mention this. The two previous games before that, 61 to 50, I believe. It was a 12-score ball game, so 62, 63 to 56. Somebody just told me from the truck. That was the first score of the ball game, and the second one was 56 to 51. So it was only two close-score ball games. But I mean, these guys haven't even scored above 53 yet. So, and we're in double overtime. So just getting after it as we'll go again. As Northwest will win the tip for the second time, and Jaquez Scott will bring it down. Scott and Bowers, they've been going at each other all night. Scott again, half step inside, gets it to go.
And that looks very similar to what we seen in the beginning of that first overtime. Scott getting into the paint, getting that touch, and then George trying to take that charge.
These two teams just so close. It might not have set it record-wise, as only West Creek came into this 16-10 compared to the 16-7 that the Northwest Vikings were. They've been so close. Their battles have been so tough. This one's going to go for Northwest. They'll get the charge foul on Bowers.
I don't know if I necessarily can agree with that call. Maybe I would have to see it back. But maybe, okay, here we go right now. We're seeing it. Ooh, 50-50 for sure.
That's a tough call. But you know what? You can't help it at the end of the day. That's a great job by the Northwest man to get in there and just give it a chance. Set your feet, do something, have a chance at it. So great job by Northwest. They're up by 2. Looking for an inside. Great hands by Tavita. Now swing it back to him. DeFrancesco inside, and he's got another one. I seen it coming. He's got another one. Great heads-up play by Travion Claiborne as Tavita was coming downhill, and he set his feet perfectly.
I was just about to say, as you can see it right here, outside the restricted area, he flops very hard, and he gets the call that it needs. 2 back-to-back, 2 great defensive plays by Claiborne. Great IQ plays at that.
So now Scott drives inside looking, oh my goodness, you want to talk jelly fam. I thought it was going in. This rim won't give him the luck. Rebounded by DeFrancesco. Picked up by Bowers, swings it to Hines. Hines pump fake down the line, hop step, loses the ball. That's his 3rd big play now. Claiborne all over the defensive end. giving his guy Scott an opportunity to add to this lead. Back to Claiborne. He'll talk to the ref, says he sees something. Great heads-up play by Simons, and Scott is just on the floor right now. Scott is just down on the floor. Ref's going to take a break, and just the fatigue of these two teams to go 2 overtimes is starting to show.
I definitely think Northwest trying to pull that fake injury card, but you know, maybe that's what they need to get that break, get their players some breathing time.
I don't know. I think you're right. I mean, Scott's not just going to go down like that. Refs are going to talk this one over. They're going to have to bring him out of the game. They'll bring him down for a second. If he is truly injured and if he is down for the count right now, that is not the guy to go down.
Yeah, you're right, Frost. That is not the guy to go down for Northwest, because ooh-wee.
It looks to be a cramp. I think that's what it's calling for, and though luckily for him, a cramp won't stay too long, but that's going to take him out of the ball game here for just a second.
You're right, Frost. That is a cramp. As you can see, maybe you can see it in the back. He's being worked on, and that's your guy. And West Creek, if they do get this ball back, I think they're going to attack Taylor, maybe get him in an isolation with Bowers or Hines, because he hasn't seen the court since like the 4th quarter, you know.
Man, it has definitely been one of these games. The fatigue setting in. So here we go, without their best man on the court. He gets back up, he goes to the sub line. Northwest happy to see that for them. Santiago works inside, outside to Dominic. Dominic drives, and a foul called on Dominic. That ball goes right back to Northwest. Back and forth we go.
Right. Ball goes back to West Creek, and this game it's like when one team finds an answer, the other one has a question.
Here we go. Cameron Bowers driving inside. He's got a man behind him. Claiborne just making plays. Gets it, but Simon's got an open look. Top of the key, draws it back out, gets it back into Bowers' hands. This is the safe hands. He'll find Cameron. Hines, 3, no, can't get it. Offensive rebound, can't go. Santiago slows the pace. Hines had a wide open look in the corner, and it won't fall. Oh, up and down. Jump ball. It's going to go in the direction of West Creek. Great defensive plays. They're making plays everywhere on the court. Just got to finish on the offensive end.
It's not a they, it's Bowers. Bowers, he is doing what it takes for West Creek to stay in this game, for West Creek to maybe even come back and win.
1 minute and 37 seconds remain. Bowers driving inside. Left-hand layup, it's good.
Bowers is nice, man. He gets inside once again. It's like a repeated cycle. He gets inside, he finishes on the left-hand side.
Bowers is playing a great second half, second overtime, whatever you want to call it. Since the second half, he has turned the switch on. He is bringing this team to life. 55-55. Tie ball game again. Scott back in the game after that cramp on the right. I believe it was his right calf is what he had. Santiago working, gets by his man. Nice step to the lane and a good finish inside.
That's a great finish there by Santiago. You know, it's like every couple plays, you hear his name.
Double overtime, Bowers inside, step left-hand side. Oh my goodness, he can't get it to go. Rebounded by Mill. Mill can't get it. He'll foul C.J. Middleton. And Bowers has a look of disbelief on his face. He can't believe he didn't get that one to fall. And now, here comes C.J. Middleton to shoot 2.
Yeah, Bowers tried to get it on the left-hand side again and get it to, you know, just get that soft touch off the glass. He just couldn't get it in. And then Miller tries to follow with the rebound, but he's outworked there by Middleton. And Middleton gets fouled, and hopefully he pays off for it.
Middleton needs to knock down 2 of these to have a 2-score ball game here with 42 seconds remaining. 2 clutch free throws on the way. First one for Middleton. He'll get it. Back of the net for Middleton. Looks over at Coach Smith. Coach Smith preaching to his guys. Second shot from Middleton to put him up to a 2-score lead. It's off the mark. It's off the mark to the right. It's only a 1-score ball game. Need a 3. Not for sure if West Creek has any timeouts in their bag. They do. Coach Hardaway seems to be signaling. Bowers from deep. Bowers can't get it. Off the board, off the rebound. Picked up by Wilski. He'll get it to Scott. Scott has time. 23 seconds remain. Got to be careful not to foul. They'll swing it over to Santiago. 18 seconds remain. Desperation time for the Creek. Santiago gets around with a foul by Simons, and that's going to send Santiago to the line.
Yes. Northwest played that very well. They could have had a chance to go get a bucket, but they slowed it down, and they get the for sure foul call to get the for sure free throws.
Coach Hardaway had the tee. I could see it ready in his hands when they had the ball on the offensive side, but Bowers just shot it before he could get anything off. Now Santiago to put this game possibly away. Makes it a 2-score ball game. West Creek now going to have a quick three.
Yeah, they definitely will. And how do you think going through, what do you think is going through Santiago's mind, you know, maybe just to hit that?
And you just missed it. I mean, as you were saying that, Tavita DiFrancesco might have just made the mistake of the game for West Creek. That is huge for Northwest. Went off his hands off the rebound.
And that's costly.
I hate to cut you off there, partner, because I know you were about to ask me what's it going to take. But I don't know if they'll get the opportunity now. Now you got to play another great defensive possession. Can't really foul, and they will have really no choice. Time running out. 11 seconds left on this clock. West Creek starting to feel it. Northwest getting hype. Time running out, and to make things worse is Quez Scott's at the line to shoot these free throws.
And you know, I highly doubt that he's missing these free throws.
So Scott makes the first one. It's a 5-score ball game. Jaquez Scott, he is the guy. He has been key, fundamental. Bowers, pull-up three. He knocked it down. No time left on the clock. It runs. I don't think they'll have enough time. They'll throw it down the court, and that will be the ball game. Northwest walks into West Creek in the district semifinals and gets the job done in a second overtime, and it's all credit to the Northwest player of the game for sure, Jaquez Scott, number 2.
Not only is it credit to Scott, but I can also say credit to Dominic Wolski for hitting that three to send it to the first overtime. But like you said, man,
wow,
Mr. Scott, you know, I think he maybe had 30 points. He was working very hard all night, you know, and it paid off. It paid off for sure. And Northwest pulls it off. They kept battling back. West Creek battled. This, like I said, folks, this was one of the greatest games I've ever witnessed in my lifetime of being alive. This was crazy.
Great rivalry game between the two players. These guys just played their absolute hearts out. We got a chance. We're going to send it down to Braylon Ryan. She has got our man, Jaquez Scott.
I'm here with number 2, Jaquez Scott. Jaquez, you seemed locked in at the beginning of this game. What was your mindset coming into this?
I ain't gonna lie, this game was very personal. Since they beat us last year and they went on Instagram and stuff, it's just been very personal with West Creek. And it's about the game of runs, and we had our runs.
You guys were on and off with the lead and finally securing that victory. What was working for you offensively to get that win?
Offensively, really going off too, and getting the M1s and just finishing at the rim and making my free throws and stuff.
And clearly the crowd was very electric. How was you able to feed off that energy?
It's just, I like when people talk stuff to me. When people talk tough stuff to me, I really just start getting to work for real.
And you and your team are headed to the district championship. How excited are you, and what does your team need to carry over to get that big win?
Very excited, because last year we lost in the district championship to the same team, Henry County. So it's definitely going to be good back.
Awesome, thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. He said it himself. He's looking for revenge after losing to the same team, Henry County, in the district championship. He's got an opportunity to do it again. Jerome, do you think they can pull it off?
I definitely do think they can pull it off. We've seen Henry County. They are pretty good, but with Scott, you can never count Northwest out.
Can't count them out. So the 1 and 2 seed will battle it out right here back at West Creek coming up. We appreciate you for joining us. Tonight's game has been produced by sports communication students from Austin Peay State University Department of Communication. This has been a presentation of the Austin Peay Sports Network.